Pillars: inner mastery, understanding that we don't control the external world, but we can always choose how we respond to it. Acceptance: calmly accepting what we cannot change, avoiding unnecessary suffering. Discipline: developing mental and physical habits that strengthen your resilience, focus, and self-control. These principles are especially valuable for those who have lived a long life and are now seeking to live better. Whether dealing with changes in career, relationships, health, or purpose, Stoicism offers real tools to help you take control of your mind and your life. It doesn't matter how old you are. It matters how you choose to live each day. And if you want to regain peace, clarity, and personal power, Stoicism may be exactly what you need. Now, let's dive deeper into the typical challenges of this stage of life and how Stoicism can help you overcome them with wisdom and maturity. Keep watching, because understanding what's happening to you today is the first step to building a different life tomorrow. Why this stage of life is unique. The most common challenges. Reaching your 40s, 50s, or 60s is like entering a new stage of life, one that brings maturity, wisdom, and freedom, but also new challenges, uncertainties, and profound transitions. Many people at this stage reach a point where the questions begin to arise more strongly. What am I going to do from now on? Is it all worth it? Do I still have time to change anything? These aren't just fleeting doubts. They're signs that something is changing, and you might not yet know exactly how to deal with it. The main challenges of this phase. Grown children and the feeling of emptiness. For many parents, raising their children was the central focus of their lives for decades. But when they grow up, leave, and have their own lives, the feeling of emptiness arises. It's normal to feel this way, but it can be painful, and this change forces you to ask yourself, who am I without this role? What do I want for myself now? Career change or professional insecurity. Have you ever stopped to think that you could spend another 20 or 30 years working, but perhaps not in the same career? Financial pressure, the difficulty of finding a new job, and the constant question, is there still time to change, can generate frustration and stress. Many feel trapped, not knowing where to begin. Relationships in crisis or loneliness. Whether after a divorce, widowhood, or simply entering a phase where many friends have gone their separate ways, loneliness can hit hard. It doesn't always come screaming. Sometimes it appears in the silent early mornings, on empty weekends, in conversations that no longer happen. Health in transformation. Over time, the body begins to send clear signals: increased fatigue, frequent aches and pains, limitations that didn't exist before. This can generate fear of aging, of losing independence, of becoming dependent. The feeling of stagnation or loss of purpose. After so much time doing the same things, fulfilling social roles, caring for others, many feel like they've lost touch with themselves. They ask themselves, where did my passion go, my purpose, my motivation? How Stoicism can help. During this phase, these challenges are real, difficult. Some are even painful. But here's the good news. They don't have to define your story. Stoicism offers a powerful tool for those going through these transitions, rebuilding a sense of personal power, clarity, and purpose, even in the face of the greatest adversity. It teaches that you don't need to control everything, just your choices. You don't need to eliminate emotions, just master them. You don't need to return to the past, just build a better future with what you have today. And most importantly, it's possible to find meaning again. Even after major changes, losses, or disappointments, you can still take control of your mind, your actions, and the direction of your life. Inner control and acceptance. Master your mind. Have you ever found yourself reacting to everything that comes your way? Messages, demands, criticism, frustrations, without feeling like you're truly in control of your own life? If so, know that you're not alone. Many of us live under constant external pressure, but the real problem isn't out there, it's within us. A lack of control over our own minds is what leaves us vulnerable to anxiety, stress, and the feeling that we're losing control, and that's exactly where Stoicism comes in. Stoic philosophy helps us offers one of the most powerful tools ever created for modern life, distinguishing between what depends on you and what doesn't. This is the central concept of Stoicism, and also the first step to rebuilding your peace of mind, even in the face of difficult circumstances. Stoicism doesn't promise to eliminate problems because they are a part of life, but have you done everything right, but still haven't gotten what you wanted? Have you ever felt stuck, frustrated, as if results just won't come, no matter how hard you try? If you want to learn how to achieve what you want with more clarity, emotional control, and conscious action, this video is for you. You'll learn how Stoicism can transform your mindset, helping you stop reacting to events and start living with purpose and personal power. No matter how old you are or what you're going through, this is the practical guide to taking control of your mind, and with it, your life. Get ready, because now, everything is going to change. Introduction. What now? Where does my life go? Have you ever stopped and thought, what now? Where does my life go from here? If you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, you're probably already facing major transitions, grown children, a career shift, changing health, evolving relationships, and maybe even a feeling of losing control. This phase of life brings a unique kind of pressure. You've lived a lot, learned a lot, but you may be wondering, where did my purpose go? Do I still have time to change anything? How can I regain calm, focus, and a sense of direction? It's normal to feel this way. This moment is like a new crossroads, a phase rich in wisdom, but also full of uncertainty and deep emotional challenges, and that's exactly why this video exists. Let's talk about something old, but more relevant than ever. Stoicism. Not as a simple philosophical theory, but as a practical tool for those who want to regain real control over their mind, emotions, and choices. Even when faced with the greatest difficulties of modern life, Stoicism is an ancient philosophy, created over 2,000 years ago, used by warriors, leaders, and ordinary people who learned to live with courage, clarity, and inner strength. Even in times of crisis, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca were not perfect human beings. They faced illness, grief, loss, political conflict, and personal crises. But they learned something valuable. You don't control the world, but you always control your own reactions. And this is the promise of Stoicism for you today, to rebuild a sense of personal power, peace of mind, and clear direction, even after major changes or disappointments. In this video, we'll explore 50 powerful and applicable Stoic lessons, specially selected for those in this stage of life. Lessons that will help you take full control of your mind, deal with difficult emotions with maturity, improve your relationships, maintain discipline even with less physical energy, and find purpose again, even after great losses. This isn't just another faddish self-help video. It's a practical, direct, and profound guide for anyone who wants to stop reacting to events and start living with purpose, awareness, and integrity. If you've made it this far, it's because you want more than just to survive. It's because you want to live better, and the good news is that it's never too late to start over. Throughout this video, I'll share with you real tools, time-tested techniques, and principles that can completely transform the way you see life and act in it. So, if you're tired of feeling overwhelmed, reacting to circumstances, and losing control of your own journey, keep watching. Because now, more than ever, you have the tools to take control of your life. The journey begins with a single decision. Start today. 2. What is Stoicism? A clear and applicable vision. You've heard of Stoicism, but you might think it's something distant, complicated, or even too cold to apply to real life. Forget those ideas. Stoicism isn't about repressing emotions or pretending nothing affects you. Quite the opposite. Stoicism is a practical philosophy of life, created over 2,000 years ago with the clear and simple goal of helping people live with wisdom, courage, discipline, and inner peace, even in the face of the greatest adversity. It all began in ancient Greece around the 3rd century BC with a philosopher named Zeno of Citium, who taught his ideas under a portico called a stoa, hence the name Stoicism. Over time, this philosophy was adopted by the Romans and gained traction with powerful minds like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, men who faced wars, imprisonment, illness, and loss, yet still learned to maintain inner control. Marcus Aurelius, for example, was emperor of Rome and wrote Meditations and Day, a personal journal full of reflections on how to maintain calm even when ruling a chaotic empire. Epictetus was born a slave, but became one of the greatest teachers of self-control and taught that the only thing I fear is our mind, is our total mastery. Seneca, a writer and political advisor, dealt with personal and public crises by always maintaining a rational and ethical approach to life. The heart of Stoicism can be summarized in 3. Offers a real way out for those who want to stop being dragged along by circumstances and start leading their own journey. Let's look at the first practical lessons. Based on this transformative principle, what depends on you? You don't control the world. You don't control people, events, or the opinions of others, but you always control your choices, your thoughts, and your reactions. This is the foundation of Stoicism. You have complete power over yourself and almost none over everyone else. Understanding this completely changes the way you approach life. Instead of trying to change the world, you begin to train your mind to better respond to challenges. Stop fighting the inevitable. Accepting what cannot be changed does not mean weakness. It means wisdom. How many times have you wasted time and energy fighting something you couldn't change? A past criticism, a decision made, a fait accompli. When you accept the inevitable, you save mental and emotional energy to focus on what truly matters, your own conscious response. Train yourself not to react impulsively. Reacting is automatic. Responding is a choice. Every time you feel anger, frustration, or fear, pause for a few seconds before speaking or acting. This alone is enough to avoid major emotional mistakes. A short pause, a deep breath, a moment of reflection. These are the small acts that separate those who live reactively from those who live with purpose. Practice healthy indifference. Criticism, opinions and judgments of others only have power when you allow them to. Practice rational indifference. Listen to what is useful. Ignore the rest. This isn't coldness, it's strength. It's understanding that you don't need the approval of others to live with integrity and inner peace. Always return to the present. Past doesn't come back. The future doesn't yet exist. The only real moment is now. Train yourself to be present. Breathe deeply and not get stuck in useless thoughts or cycles of worry. This strengthens your mind and reduces anxiety. Stoicism teaches us that suffering often comes from thoughts about the past or future. Return to the here and now and regain your center. These first 5 lessons are fundamental to building a strong, clear, and resilient mind. They don't eliminate problems because they are part of life, but they change how you approach those problems, and that makes all the difference. Discipline and strong mental habits. Reaching your 40s, 50s, or 60s brings a reality that many face. Less physical energy, more responsibilities, and less free time. And this can create a feeling of stagnation. Can I still change anything? Do I still have the strength to build something new? The answer is yes, you do. but not with physical strength, with mental discipline. Stoicism has always valued discipline as the foundation of personal freedom. It's not about punishment or excessive effort. It's about acting consistently, even when you don't feel like it. And that's exactly the promise of these next lessons. To show you how to stay focused, create strong habits, and increase your personal and professional productivity, even with less energy or time available. Dedicated to strengthening your daily discipline and building an unshakable mindset. Start with small commitments. You don't have to change everything at once. Choose a small daily commitment. Wake up early, walk for 10 minutes, write down your reflections, and stick to it for 7 days straight. Small, consistent actions create big changes, and discipline begins with simple choices, but consistently repeated. Establish a morning routine. Does your day start with control or reaction? Take at least 10 minutes in the morning to breathe, plan, and align your mind before starting the day. This prevents you from being swept away by the first emotions or external demands. A solid morning routine is the first step to a productive and balanced day. Use the power of conscious repetition. Discipline isn't about motivation. It's about conscious repetition. Do something every day, no matter how small. Over time, it becomes a habit, and habits are what sustain any real change in life. Don't wait until you feel like it. Do it anyway. Motivation comes after action. Set clear boundaries between work and personal life. As we age, we learn that energy is limited. Protect it. Set clear schedules to work, rest, and recharge. A well-structured day reduces mental fatigue and increases your emotional clarity. Learn to say no more often. Saying no is an act of discipline. It's prioritizing what truly matters and protecting your time and peace of mind. Learn to say no to things that aren't aligned with your values, goals, or mental health. This isn't selfishness. It's smart self-care. Create an organized physical space. A disorganized environment creates a cluttered mind. Keep your space clean and structured. This helps maintain focus and reduces mental fatigue. Organized space. Joe's organized mind. This is one of the unspoken rules of Stoicism. Practice regular physical activity. Body and mind are connected. Even with less energy, regular physical activity improves mood, mental clarity, and self-control. You don't need a gym membership or marathons. Walk, stretch, breathe deeply. Movement is renewed energy. Limit digital distractions. Social media, notifications, and constant entertainment steal your attention. Discipline yourself to use technology purposefully, not impulsively. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Set aside time to check social media. Use technology as a tool, not an addiction. Review your actions at the end of the day. Ask yourself, today, did I act with discipline? Or did I let fatigue get the better of me? Did I keep my choices aligned with my purpose? Or did I lose control due to distractions or emotional reactions? This daily review keeps you accountable for your actions and trains your mind to move forward with more intention. Celebrate small victories. Discipline is not punishment, it's progress. Acknowledge every step taken, every habit maintained, every conscious choice made throughout the day. This strengthens your self-confidence and ongoing motivation, because being strong doesn't mean being perfect. It means keeping going, even without inspiration. These lessons are powerful tools for rebuilding your relationship with time, energy, and productivity. They don't eliminate challenges. They're part of life, but they do change how you approach those challenges. And that's what separates those who want to change from those who actually do. The journey continues, and you're ready to move forward. Difficult emotions, anger, fear, anxiety, and grief. Have you ever stopped to think about how your emotions seem to carry more weight now? In your 40s, 50s, or 60s, it's common to face difficult emotions with greater intensity: repressed anger, fear of the future, constant anxiety, accumulated grief, and silent frustrations. These emotions are a part of life, and there's nothing wrong with feeling them. The problem arises when they begin to dominate your days, your choices, and your peace of mind. And that's precisely why Stoicism can be so valuable to you right now. It's not about eliminating your emotions. It's about understanding them, managing them, and responding consciously. Let's see how Stoicism offers practical tools for dealing with the most complex emotions, using ancient principles that are deeply applicable to your current reality. Understand the source of your emotions. For the Stoics, every emotion stems from an internal judgment about something external. This means that it's not the facts themselves that shake us, but our interpretation of them. Seneca once said, "We are more hurt by our own opinions than by the actual facts." When you recognize this, you begin to separate automatic reactions from conscious responses. Practice the conscious pause. Before reacting with anger, fear, or frustration, pause. Count to 10. Take a deep breath. Give yourself a few seconds to get out of autopilot mode. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The mind that remains steady and calm does not lose control because of other people." A simple pause completely changes your relationship with difficult emotions. Use the premeditatio malorum technique, negative visualization. Imagine the worst-case scenario. It may sound strange, but this Stoic practice reduces the negative emotional impact. Ask yourself, if that happened, what would I do? What can I do today to mentally prepare myself? This helps reduce fear of the unknown and increases your emotional resilience. Okay, write your reflections. Epictetus taught that we should speak to ourselves clearly, and writing down our emotions is one of the most powerful ways to do this. Every night, set aside 5 minutes to reflect. Today, what made me angry? Why? Where could I have responded better? What have I learned about myself? This exercise strengthens your self-awareness and emotional strength over time. Always return to the present. Anxiety and fear often stem from thoughts about the past or the future, but the only real moment is the now. Train yourself to return to the present with simple techniques: conscious breathing, observation of your surroundings, total focus on what you are doing in this very moment. Remember, you don't live in the past. You don't live in the future. You live in the now. And that's the only place where you have real power. Accept what cannot be changed. Acceptance isn't giving up. It's freedom. It's stopping suffering over something that has already happened or that cannot be changed. The sooner you accept this, the faster you'll regain mental energy for what really matters, your own conscious action. Reconsider your self-judgments. You don't need to be ashamed of feeling anger, sadness, or fear. The key is to acknowledge these emotions without letting them define who you are. Stoic understands that feeling is human. Responding with wisdom is what defines a strong life. Use time perspective. Ask yourself, a year from now, will I still care about this? Most likely no, and this helps reduce unnecessary emotional urgency. Work through the grieving process with clarity. Losses are a part of life. Instead of running away from them, allow yourself to feel, reflect, and write about what you lost. This helps you move forward with serenity. 10. Cultivate daily emotional discipline. Discipline isn't punishment. It's training. Train yourself to master your reactions. Not just today, but every day. Because that's what builds an unshakable mindset. The consistent choice to live with purpose, even in the face of pain. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean eliminating them. It means consciously choosing how you want to live with them. And that's what separates a reactive life from a life of real power. Relationships and difficult people. How to maintain your composure. In life, especially after your 40s, 50s or 60s, relationships become more valuable, but also more complex. Have you ever faced family conflicts, unfair criticism, difficult people at work, or even friends who seem to have followed very different emotional paths than you? It's normal to feel frustrated, tired, or even angry about this. But here's something important that Stoicism teaches us. You don't control people, only your own reaction to them. And that completely changes the game. Let's explore how to use Stoic principles to improve your relationships, deal with difficult people, and maintain your composure, even when everything around you seems chaotic. Understand that you don't control people. Most conflicts stem from the expectation that others should act as we want. Stoicism reminds us you only control your own choices, and that is liberating. Accepting this allows you to stop fighting other people's behaviors and start focusing on how you want to respond to them. Practice conscious patience. Patience is not weakness, it's strength. Train yourself to respond calmly even when provoked. This builds respect and avoids unnecessary cycles of conflict. Marcus Aurelius wrote regularly about the importance of remaining calm in the face of irritating or unfair people. He understood that emotional reaction breeds regret. Conscious response breeds freedom. Use the deferred response technique. When someone attacks or criticizes you, don't respond immediately. Wait a few hours. Often, the emotional response you would give won't even be necessary. Epictetus said, "Your inner peace is worth more than any momentary dispute." Use this technique to protect your energy and mental clarity. See difficult people as mental training. Every difficult person is an opportunity to strengthen your emotional discipline. See them as teachers in disguise and be grateful for them. Why? Because it's easy to be calm when everything is going well. True strength comes when you maintain composure in the face of provocations and conflict. Avoid taking everything personally. Too much criticism or negative reactions say more about the person offering them than about you. Learn to filter out what's useful and ignore the rest. This isn't passivity, it's emotional intelligence, and it's one of the pillars of Stoicism. You don't need universal approval to live with integrity. Maintain clarity in communication. Avoid misunderstandings by speaking clearly and objectively. Be honest, but always respectful. This avoids unnecessary conflict. Stoicism values direct and rational communication. Speaking with intention avoids accumulated hurt and unnecessary ruin. Accept that not everyone will like you. Seeking universal approval is a never-ending path. Stoicism teaches us to pursue integrity, not popularity. Stay aligned with your values, regardless of others' opinions. Your inner peace is more important than pleasing everyone. Take care of your emotional health first. Healthy relationships begin with a balanced mind. Prioritize your peace of mind before trying to fix everyone around you. If you don't take care of yourself, you end up losing energy and patience for those who truly matter. Take care of yourself first, then take care of others with more presence and clarity. Learn to set healthy boundaries. Being kind doesn't mean being passive. Know how to say no when necessary. Clear boundaries protect your energy and your mental health. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're necessary, and establishing them firmly and clearly is an act of courage and maturity. Cultivate relationships that elevate your life. Don't waste time with toxic people or those who constantly bring you down. Invest in connections that inspire, challenge, and uplift you. Deep friendships and conscious relationships are essential to maintaining serenity and purpose at this stage of life. These lessons are powerful tools for rebuilding your relationships with the people around you, and with yourself. They don't promise to eliminate conflicts or difficult people. They promise to give you the inner strength to deal with it all with calm, clarity, and dignity. Purpose, aging, and legacy. Living with intention. Have you ever stopped to think, what now? What is my purpose in this new phase of life? Reaching your 40s, 50s, or 60s brings a new perspective. Many have already lived through major cycles. Careers built, children raised, goals achieved, and others abandoned. And with that, a silent but powerful question arises. What do I do from now on? How do I age with dignity? What will I leave behind? These questions aren't signs of crisis. They're signs of maturation, and that's exactly where Stoicism becomes so valuable. It teaches us that aging doesn't mean losing relevance or meaning. It means evolving, redefining. Live with more wisdom, fewer illusions, and more purpose. Let's move on to Lessons 41 to 50, dedicated to helping you find meaning again. Even after major life changes, recognize that it's not too late to start something new. Age is no barrier to new beginnings. Many of history's greatest achievements were accomplished by people who started late. The only wrong age to start is never. It doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is how you choose to use them. Discover your one life. Ask yourself, if I knew I only had a few years left to live, how would I want to live them? This question reveals a lot about your true purpose. It forces you to confront what truly matters and what is just noise on your journey. Practice daily gratitude. Gratitude changes your perspective. Instead of focusing on what's missing, learn to appreciate what you have. This strengthens the mind and reduces constant dissatisfaction. Start with 3 things you're grateful for every day. That alone is enough to transform your emotional energy. Accept aging with dignity. You don't have to pretend you're 30. Accepting aging with pride means recognizing the value of scars, lessons learned, and wisdom gained. Aging gracefully is an act of courage, and it's an essential step toward living with inner peace. Leave a legacy that matters. Legacy isn't about fame or wealth. It's about who you were, what you taught, and how you impacted those around you. Think about how you want to be remembered and start acting like it today, because your legacy begins to be built now. Teach what you've learned. One of the greatest purposes of maturity is to share wisdom. Teach your children, grandchildren, colleagues, or even strangers. Knowledge is the only asset that grows when you give it away. Teaching isn't just about giving, it's also about reminding yourself of the value of what you've experienced. Return to dreaming, consciously. Don't stop dreaming, but dream differently. Dream with clarity, realism, and courage. Your dreams may change shape, but they can still exist. Dreaming consciously is about aligning your aspirations with your current reality and acting with intention to achieve them, and cultivate deep, not superficial friendships. In youth, we seek quantity. In maturity, we seek quality. Invest in real, deep, and meaningful connections. Friendships that endure are those that nourish your soul, not drain it. Prepare for the end without fear. Dying is a part of life. Thinking about it isn't negative, it's conscious. Preparing yourself emotionally brings peace and clarity to live better today. Difficult conversations with family, financial planning, and healthy detachment are all part of this. Live each day as if it were unique, because it is. Each day is a new opportunity to choose calm, love, courage, and purpose, and that makes all the difference. Stoicism teaches us that we don't live many years. We live only one day, repeated countless times. So, make it count. These last lessons are the heart of the Stoic journey. Living with intention, awareness, and courage, regardless of your life stage. In the next chapter, we'll conclude this guide with a final motivational message and a powerful call to action. Keep watching, Because taking control of your life begins with a single decision. Start today. How to continue this journey? Practical next steps. Congratulations on making it this far. If you watch this video all the way through, it already shows one important thing. You are willing to grow, learn, and take control of your own life. And that is the foundation of any true transformation. Throughout the 50 Stoic lessons, you've seen how this ancient philosophy can be profoundly applicable to your life today, especially in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, when the questions become deeper, the challenges more complex, and the desire for clarity and purpose more urgent. Now, the most important question isn't, what have I learned? It's, what am I going to do with this from now on? Because the true value of Stoicism isn't in watching a video or reading a book. It's in daily practice, in the conscious choice to live with more calm, discipline, and courage. So let's outline some practical steps to continue this journey. Read the Stoic classics with intention. It's not about reading just for the sake of reading. It's about reading with reflection. Some essential books: Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus's Handbook by Epictetus on the Constancy of the Soul. By Seneca, read small sections every day and write down your reflections. This will shape your mindset over time. Create a Stoic morning routine, 5 minutes a day. Start your day off right with this simple routine. Mindful breathing, 1 minute. Take a deep breath. Calm your mind. Daily reflection, 2 minutes. What can I do today to maintain my calm? What are the things outside of my control that might arise? How do I want to respond to them? Intention statement, 2 minutes. Say out loud or write something. Like today I will act with awareness, integrity, and patience. Write your nightly reflections before bed. Take 5 minutes to reflect. Today, did I act with discipline or did I let fatigue get the better of me? When did I maintain my calm? Where did I lose control? What can I improve tomorrow? This strengthens your self-awareness and prevents you from repeating negative patterns. This helps you focus on the essential, your own conscious action. Choose one lesson and practice it for 7 days. You don't have to change everything at once. Choose one of the 50 lessons in this video and practice it for 7 days straight. Then evaluate how you feel. Many people notice a significant change after this period. Share what you learned. Teaching is also learning. Talk to someone about what you saw here. Share the video. Encourage others to seek clarity and inner strength. Review regularly. Return to this video, these lessons, these practices. Revisiting knowledge is what turns information into a habit. Stoicism isn't something you learn and forget. It's a continuous journey, a daily training of the mind and heart. And now, with these tools, you have everything you need to continue growing. If you've made it this far, congratulations. It shows you're different. You're not just another person spending time online. You're someone seeking real growth, mental clarity, and emotional strength. Someone who wants to take control of their life, no matter how old they are or where they've been. This video presented 50 powerful and applicable Stoic lessons, specially selected for those in their 40s, 50s, or 60s. A time rich in experiences, but also full of transitions and challenges. You've seen how Stoicism can help you rebuild a sense of personal power, face difficult emotions with wisdom, improve relationships, maintain discipline even with less physical energy, and find purpose again even after major changes. But remember, knowledge without action changes nothing. True change happens when you decide to apply at least one of the lessons you've seen here. When you choose to stop reacting to events and start acting with awareness, purpose, and courage, the journey doesn't end here. It begins now. Choose a single practice from this video. It could be morning reflection, pausing before reacting, or simply accepting something you can't change. Practice this for 7 days straight. Then choose something else. Over time, These small steps will take you far. If this content resonated with you, click like, leave a comment with the first change you'll implement, turn on the bell and follow this channel, share with someone who needs to hear this, because taking control of your life starts with the decision. Start today. See you in the next video.